What is up, everyone? This is going to be my Rek'sai jungle video, and I've been playing with Rek'sai on my main and climbing very hard. And the big thing is I'm going to be showing you guys the build that really helps me a lot. So first item is always going to be Stride Breaker. Second item, Dead Man's Plate. Dead Man's tank items, the earlier the better. They are so broken. I used to skip them till third item, but honestly, you really need to be building tank items by second item. You only need one damage item on your jungle champion, and then going into tank is going to give you huge differences. So this game we're going to be playing in Diamond MMR. And I'm going to be showing you how to climb and win on, Rek'sai jungle. Also, I'm going to be talking a lot about what you should be doing on a lot of your champions as well. So recently, I've been doing a pretty standard high damage build on Rek'sai, but what I've realized is actually tank items like, Dead Man's, especially early armor items are really broken right now. Even Undying Despair. And we're sort of in a meta where tank items are just superior on even bruisers, for example, compared to like just building, like a cleaver or, building, for example, the joke of an item, a maw. Why would you ever do that when you could go Spear Visage, the Connect Rocorn item, the MR version? And also just Dead Man's Second. Dead Man's Second gives you the movement speed boost. It also gives you some damage as well. And Dead Man's is a very broken item right now. So we're going to be building that second. And ideally, our first item, we're still going to be going into, the Stride Breaker, just because you want that sticking power, plus your clear is a bit slow. In this game, I'm going to have a Zoe mid. Zoe mid's extremely good for me. I'm against the Kindred jungle. A bit of a cheeser, so you always have to be a little cautious with her. But because my mid matchup is so good for me, I do want to play sort of aggressive early, because I feel really confident in that regard. Also, I want to check to see if what Kindred camps are up. So here, if we scout in, and we'll see right away if Kindred's on this side. Most likely no, though. So we're going to see if there's a possibility of, maybe a mid dive. Mid dive doesn't look good, so we're going to just go for the bot gank. What I was doing is just waiting for this wave to crash, so there's no vision of, possibly where I was going to go. Here, once we get on the Malzahar, we can just kill him right away. We can even maybe go for the Karm if she doesn't flash. Or he just really wasn't ready for that. But, I mean, that's a good kill. We got assists as well. Personally, I think we could have killed both of them, but sometimes that's just how it is. When you play Rek'sai jungle, you always want to look for aggressive early game, level 3, and you can just go AFK from right after. I usually use all my juice in, like, that one gank angle, ideally, and then I kind of, like, go into, like, more of a farm angle right after that. So my bot's actually fighting again. What we're going to do is creep up here. It's definitely going to be a kill for us on Malzahar afterwards. You have to remember that he does have flash, so we have to think about that. What we're going to do is just go on him really quickly, just burn him down with our damage. And now this is a situation where if we can base, it's just better to get our base off right now. Whatever was hitting me. And I'm pretty happy with this early game. Enemy ball lane just griefs it. Would love to see it. Phage is honestly not that bad. If I'm not going to have enough for a Tiamat, I kind of like either going triple sword or just into a Phage. The movement speed of it is actually quite nice. So Kindred has 24 CS, so she most likely left the top crab mark up, and she's going to kill it then, which is fine. I don't really care so much. Also for my runes, I'm doing the Conquer setup. I mean, Conquer is just the best, especially when you go tankier. I've been experimenting with Last Stand a bit. I actually kind of like it because of how we're sort of going into this itemization of more tanky. So you're going to really like the Last Stand. You're going to see a lot of damage output from it, or you can go the damage when they're lower as well. So it's up to you to decide on that rune setup. Here, I'm just making sure I get my camps before, as long as Kindred isn't stealing my second Raptor, I'm happy. Here, I'm going to do the Raptor here. I'm actually going to look to cross into the bot side. So here, you're always going to have the Void Grub's timer coming up. It's 50 seconds. So I do consider Void Grubs, but also consider, well, are we just hard winning bot lane? Isn't bot lane just super spicy right now? Maybe there might be some things happening bot side that we can actually take advantage of. Or my bot lane just ints 2 kills to Kindred. Either way, stuff is definitely happening. Here I'm going to do this because I think Kindred might be making her way downtown here. So I'm just want to make sure I get the mark. Which doesn't steal my mark camp. Mouse is pretty far, so my damage is actually quite high. But I'm not going to fight for too long. I'm just chunking her. Champs like Kindred, they're sort of like a 2-time champion. You can kill them, but you got to hit them twice. You got to hit them twice. Getting like triple flanked here. This Malzahar is potentially a kill. think so. Problem is, his spell shield, I think, will just block me. My damage. I don't think we'll catch up. But I'm okay with just farming. Like, I'm happy with a slow game right now. When you play Rek'sai jungle, you have to understand that she's a scaling champion. As great as your early game can be, it's very volatile in my opinion. You'll find yourself in a lot of bad situations. No way. Because Riftwalk is real short cooldown, so I have to think about that. No Kindred crossed here, but I also, if I can get on top of him, he's dead. I think Karma warded, so I'm gonna just cross here. I could get jumped on by Kindred. But with Vlad moving, I think it's okay. So here you see the Sonar is not picking up anything. So most likely she's farming her topside right there. What we're gonna do is just play it real safe and slow. We have this ward here. I love having a ward there just to see that side. Because this side you can always watch with your body. I'm just backing up. I'm not giving Kindred an angle at all. My damage in a matchup like Kindred, you have to be really careful with how you E in. You have to be really cautious. And most importantly, you just have to make sure you don't give her a free, a Q dash backwards where she can dodge it. Your damage in these sort of this matchup is actually in 2v2s. So what we're going to notice is we're going to look for burst damage with her. So me and Zoe versus Cassidy and Kindred, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Like, I want to fight with somebody to help kill people. So most likely it's going to be, me and Kindred or me and Zoe versus whoever we're going to be roaming together. But let's think about Rek'sai. She excels the most with her 2v2 pattern. Her 2v2s are very strong. She has a guaranteed knockup, or W, of course. So you're able to get a lot of value from that. And here I'm just happy with a slow game as I get my team at my base here and then go bot side. Dragon might be dead, but I still have a lot of jungle camps that I don't want to forfeit to Kindred so early game. So early. And also, we have to understand that we just got 3 Void Grubs, really good for early game. Kindred is playing for camps instead of Dragon, which is her decision. It just means we have an option to maybe collapse on them afterwards. If she steals my camps here, there's always an option for us to play more aggressive and steal her camps. And again, we can want to touch up on this mid matchup. It's always going to be very favorable for us. So I did lose on my camps. I think Cassidy is feeling pretty confident to go in here. With Ignite and Bubble, I think we can dive. You can actually easily tower dive people with Rek'sai at this point. Only if your Rift walks forward though, but I think he won't. He did, but the wave is already dead by then. Problem is, people are now moving towards me. That's actually crazy because I still have my E up, so I can just leave at any point. Beautiful. Able to get that. She has Bubble. This is actually a kill. So I think she messed up a bit. No, I guess she got it. Bubbles. Happy with that situation. I take the fight around a champion that can play around. This is why I say Rek'sai is a 2v2 champion. She's a mid. It's more important about your mid matchup than anything when you want to play Rek'sai jungle, especially higher ranks. Understand your mid matchup. If I had a weaker mid matchup, I would just be AFK, doing absolutely nothing, I wouldn't really be doing as much aggressive plays because your power comes in that extra damage and crowd control. So Zoe Rek'sai is actually the best 2v2 in the game. So if your Zoe is, somewhat of a human player, you're going to excel really well in your games. I want to touch up on items again. It's all about tank items right now. And this is an absolute BS of a tank meta. I'm telling you, literally every champion in the game, poly mids are rushing Deadman's first item. Like, it's an absolute joke. The state of the game, but it all stems from the issue of they're too strong. Tank items are too valuable. No one has any damage anymore. All the damage items have been nerfed to the ground. You're really realistically never able to kill people. She hasn't warded yet. You can see her ward charges. I need to get the big boy here. I have my E in 5. What I'm doing here is actually just pressuring. I think her movements show that maybe there's Kindred here. I can easily go on her, but again, I want to make sure. I'm going to go on Kindred here. My damages with any sort of CC is just too much for them. Like, I'm not even concerned at all with this situation. Here again, I can just take the tunnel and then utilize that very nicely to the extra damage as well. The Kindred matchup, it's all about those windows where she's vulnerable. Like a lot of windows, she's going to be having no ulti up, for example. I got the TMAP proc. You can ulti right after you get the TMAP proc on. Now I'm a bit worried because Kindred can instantly run all the way and come to me. So I'm going to just skedaddle my booty out of here. And no red is up. Check red. Doing dragon this timer is pretty bad because you're really slow on dragon. It's all about knowing, especially because I have so much money I can buy right now. So I'm going to buy, I'm going to start building to my Deadmans, and that's where you're going to see a lot of your power in Rek'sai. Deadmans is a broken item. And it's not, like, even if, let's say they nerf Deadmans, for example. Even if they nerf Deadmans, this item, you always want to rush this one first and then go into, like, armor or HP. Even if they nerf Deadmans, there's a lot of broken tank items right now. Like, maybe not as broken for jungle as Deadmans is because of the movement speed you get from it. But Randuin's is extremely broken against AD comps. And what's it called? They're on dragon, right? But can we even do anything? Oh, she's on that blue. Wonder if she'll smite it. She'll smite it. Okay. That's fine. Alistar is on his way. Maybe we can stop him afterwards. And for MR items, Spear Visage, you could go Spear Visage really early, but as a jungler, it really depends on the state of the game. Fiora is here, so I wonder what their situation is like. I mean, a dragon start here on Kindred would be ambitious, I would say. So I'm just playing for Crab, I'm playing for Dragon. Like, I'm very strong. How do we assert ourselves as a strong player on the map? I'm gonna try to procker his Malzahar thing. Yeah, I don't know, Alistar. Why are you leaving me to die there, buddy? If you just went on their back line there, like, I would have just collapsed on them so hard. I don't know why he didn't do that. Made me look bad in my video. Like, it was a perfect collapse angle. They would have been slaughtered there. I even procced Malzahar passive, so he should have been able to get the knockup on. But it's understandable. Can't be mad if you're winning the game anyways, right? So in this situation, real easy to be like, let's go do dragon. Let's go dragon, let's go dragon. Screw that. I didn't farm in some time. I'm gonna go farm. That's important to remember. I'm farming. My team, they want that dragon. They can get it. That was my dragon timer. So now we're gonna have to wait for my next dragon timer if we want to do it. If the enemy team runs there and does it, well done. They got in the dragon. I'm happy with that. I'm fine with that. I don't care. I'm in my farm mode. This is a farm timer. So we always have to remember when we're in these sort of farm timers, we have to farm. Back-to-back deaths will pretty much lose you the game as a jungler. You don't want to be back-to-back dying. You also don't want to be back-to-back going to objectives because your farm cycle is getting interrupted. Sure, maybe now our dragon timer is getting close, right? Because our camps, we're slowly approaching the dragon side and we're slowly clearing every camp. And now we're after wolves. Okay, we have a dragon timer. Remember to play around these sort of conditions to help you get better at farming. And a lot of times the fights, they can wait. They will always be able, they will wait. I want the mouse. I never forget a thing. Come on, buddy, ulti me. Oh, where's your ulti? Oh, poor little guy. I'm very petty when I die. The casting kill me because I will kill you, my man, if you walk up like that again. Enemy team gave up. This was a short game, but I hope you guys liked it. I would have gone Deadmans into like literally just like tank items. Spear Visage, Kinetic Recurrent for MR. If you want another armor item, you can go into like Randuin's. It's a really good one as well. I was hoping this video would be longer, but I guess people just F up. But yeah, good luck on the game. Good luck in the climb. I'll see you guys next time.